Archie. Welcome back to The Rising of the Shield Hero Anime Review, episode number 28. We're reviewing the 48th episode of the series, Perfect Hidden Justice. This one, this is quite interesting. This adapts from the last quarter of chapter 10 and the entirety of chapter 11. And that's it. Thinking, really? After the last few episodes, went to like four or five chapters. So here's what happens in this episode. First, we have basically started off with, well, everybody's staring at Nafumi's ruined house. We're like, how we got fixes, the budget's stretched thin. And of course, basically, the sister here comes in, obviously because they're hungry. And of course, after they have their food, then of course, basically, well, we also see in this scene Philo and Gillian arguing over, like, Philo's like, I'm Master's Ride. And they argue back over, like, who do, and of course, he goes in timeout because he's being punished for all the damage he's caused, which is definitely true. And Philo, thanks to that being captured, your curse has been lifted. So, well, you gotta try to get those levels back up. So she and Melty, Melty, where they go off and train. Yep. And of course, she's on break, and of course, Elskers became temporary ruler of the area. With, of course, well, Iski, well, he's there, but, well, we'll get back to him. So, then, of course, basically, well, of course, before this, we saw with Risha, where she's training, and she's basically thinking about the events of the first season of the show. Yes. We have a flashback to that. Also, we get something interesting in this episode. We get something that was a callback to the actual... Now, here's... Well, we already got for the Spear Hero, we got for the Bow Hero. Now it's the... Actually, first it was the Spear Hero, then the Sword Hero. Now it's the Bow Hero's turn. Where it looks like, though, that his team kind of looked like they abandoned him. And then we see him later in the episode that he's still got his team. I'm like, what the heck is going on here? This, I think, is... I'm not faulting the adaptation for this. It's just weird because what happened here, because Spear Hero's team abandoned him. Sword all got killed. And Bow retained his. And his positioning was weird, where he was actually in front of the Spirit Tortoise. Now, this, of course, is basically ignoring the events at the end of the previous season, where, oh, they were just fighting the waves. When the Fumi was fighting against the Spirit Tortoise. Yeah, it's like, basically, like I mentioned before, the director of the season is trying to fix mistakes the previous season did, by flashbacking stuff from that was supposed to be included, but was cut due to stupid reasons. So, we find out in this episode where the Bow Hero is, a character that's been absent the whole season. It's weird, though, that we took the season off where the three main, after the whole beginning portion of the arc, where, like, oh, like, the other three heroes are missing for reasons unexplained here, and we find them, it's like, the first two are found really quickly, and the third one takes a while, of course, the Bow Hero. And thanks to of course, Sin, where finds out that, oh, kind of suspecting that Perfect Hidden Justice is obviously, of course, the Bow Hero. And then they finally run into him, and he is still as being a dick as possible to them. Yes, he has been like this since season 1. Now, this is not fault of the anime, this is not fault of the studio or the voice actor. It's the fault of the source material for this particular portion, where the Bow Hero of the 4 heroes, the guy is the most dickest person out of all of them. Also, his men are complete jerks to Risha. Risha, of course, is in love with the Bow Hero because he saved her life. And it's also brought up here that he kept her in the back because she was very weak, but she wanted to try with me to repay a favor. She's been in love with him ever since he saved her from corrupt nobles. But man, he has a terrible way of showing how he feels about her. And it's like, oh, one of his captive, his guard. Yeah, apparently, like, oh, they find, oh, he's been competing in the underground, for money, where he's brought back a humongous amount of wealth for the team. And apparently he like in the case of the bow hero, the sword hero, he is listening to witch, aka whore, aka bitch. Yep, listening to this woman's silver tongue. And you wonder why she was removed from the throne of the Line of Succession, because how much of an insane woman she is, and she's a notorious liar. And of course, basically now, and of course, Bow Hero's like, she can't be lying. And of course, Nafumi and Ishi's like, yeah, she is a liar. She lies. You think just lies about what gender she is. We also see in the episode where she's working with the Bow Hero, and she's feeding him like a bunch of stories, and then she talked to some mysterious person who, and apparently they wanted to sell the Bow Hero into slavery. I'm like, what the heck is this? Now, is this made for the anime? Kind of, yes. I don't remember this happen. I read the review of the chapter. This was completely made for the episode. This feels completely random. Like, why the heck would why the heck would Witch even bother to do this? This makes no freaking sense at all. So, Edgar, to see him in the arena, he beats his opponent really quickly. Like, and apparently his bow is not powering up at all. He's got a device at the end of it, which is a bit weird. It's possible he may have a curse series because of the heroes. Now, Fumi had the series of Wrath. I think, if I remember correctly, I think it was, well, in the case of the Sword Hero, he had Greed, and I think he had one other sin, and that's when he brought up, oh, maybe that the Curse series is based upon the 7 deadly sins, which, okay, interesting. Is it possible that the Bow Hero might be suffering for it? It's possible, but it's not shown just yet. So, then of course, after treating Risha battle by basically tossing her to her side rather than talking to her because he's a jerk. So, luck out the slave owner decides to luck out the slave marketeer decides to arrange a fake tournament for him to get involved with, which they mentioned in the book it's a fake one. In the episode, it's like, oh, we just arranged for them to just meet at this place, and everybody's in the peanut gallery. So no audience, despite the fact that Nafumi slaves were there. Yep. So then, of course, the episode ends, but it looks like that the Bow Hero is about to take on Risha because Risha wants to pay her debt to him because he's fallen to despair. Okay? This is still a pretty good episode. Despite the one really strange edition, this is actually not that bad of an episode. I was actually quite surprised how very little material they adapted with this episode. I mean, like a full chapter? Seriously? Just one chapter and a half? That's it? Wow. That's something. Do I think next episode cap off this particular... do I think the next... But here's the thing. This is only the 10th episode of Season 2. Season 3, excuse me. So, I think there's roughly about 3 more to go. Yeah, about 3 more to go, and then we're done with this. Yep. And, of course, like I mentioned before, Goblin Slayer this series the current season wrap up basically once it gets to have about 3 more episodes left to go, and we're done. Yep. But, yeah, this particular took a view. Stay tuned for videos tomorrow if I get time to. Okay? Thanks, you. Bye.